Hi there, Ariffa. I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right. I'm probably not, to be honest. I'm just gonna say Ariffa, and I hope that's right. Regardless, no spirit knows we're here. So, also, I want to thank you so much for being patient. I'm sure you have seen my YouTube updates, and I've been traveling. I've been on the move, so it has been a little delayed at the moment. So, really, thank you so much. Um, yeah, I think that's it. So I think it's so cool what you said. John is into animal welfare and all that stuff. You probably know too. I'm a huge animal advocate, so I think that's totally awesome. Um, we need more people like that. So actually, it's funny because I was picking out a deck for you, and I came across my animal tarot deck, and it has all different types of animals on it, and I was called to use that for you. And my dog might be running around here. Um, so yeah, it was really perfect for me to use this for you guys, and it just feels right. So that's what we're gonna do. I will be following the basic outline of the channeled messages from the masculine. So I do things intuitively. So whenever I feel like pulling from a different deck, whenever I feel like asking a different question, that's what I'm going to do. Okay? So I'm going to call in spirit here for a moment for the twin flame relationship between Ariffa and John. Okay. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is just do an energy checkup, okay? So this is just going to be, where is your energy right now between the two of you? Where is the energy between the two of you? This just gives me an idea of where you're at, where he's at. Where is the energy between Ariffa and John at the moment? I call this the union energy. You can probably hear birds chirping in the background. It's really beautiful here. Okay, so where is the energy between John and Ariffa? Okay, we have the Queen of Cups and the Five of Wands. And you did not, I don't think you mentioned your birthday, which is totally fine. You don't have to. So in the case that you are a water sign, that could have to do with you. If not, then, don't worry about it. But having the Queen of Cups does indicate there's a level of connection between the two of you. There's a level of sensitivity and love, compassion. That's what the Queen of Cups kind of stands for. She's very motherly. She's very nurturing. And the only thing is, we do have the Five of Wands here, and we have the Ten of Wands at the bottom. What I feel from this is there is something that may be a burden here, or it may be a competition, or it may be a clash. I don't know if it's between the two of you just yet, or if it's just something in your, in his energy or in your energy. But there is something that is kind of clouding this kind of energy that you two have underneath it. But it may be kind of like a struggle at the moment somehow. Okay, so that's just again, I just like to do that for a super quick check here for your overall energy. What we're going to do now is we're going to go into John, because that's really what this reading is about. So let's go ahead and start with his current energy. So I'm going to pick some of these, and then we'll go into the head space and heart space, okay? Okay, so where is John's current energy here? Just overall energy. Bear with me here on the glass table. I'm trying to get my tablecloth. Okay, where is John's current energy? Okay, we have the Star. This was the first one that came out. Here was the second one. We have the Four of Wands. Very good energy here. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so these are the first ones that kind of flew out. I'm going to talk about these first. These were kind of jumpers here on the side. So what I'm seeing here is that he does have, his energy is very focused on a goal, is very focused on his stability, is very focused on work. Because the Four of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles can both indicate going after your stability, going after a career, going after something where you're just putting a lot of effort into something in the physical world, which is the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so, and especially with the Star, this could mean healing, but this could also mean kind of like the star, you know, the shining star in the sky is going after your aspirations and going after your goals. And that's what I see here. So he has really, I mean, I get very beautiful energy coming through from him because he's very, that could be why, you know, he's into the animal welfare and a surgeon, all that stuff, is because he does have a purpose, and his purpose seems to be a very large part of who he is here. So with these jumping cards here, we have we have the Magician and we have Awakening, which is the Hanged Man. So this does indicate that there's some sort of awakening process inside of him that either has not been unleashed yet, or he has already unleashed this, and maybe it's kind of hidden beneath the, you know, to having a purpose, of course, is very important, but it could sometimes be a lack of spiritual growth because of the focus on the physical world, if that resonates with you. We have the Page of Swords. This is about communication. Okay, so sometimes the Page of Swords is just thinking about communication. They're just a little bit hesitant in their communication, sometimes a little harsh, sometimes a little logical, a little detached. And so maybe the communication between the two of you, maybe he's giving off this vibe of not yet communicating something, because we have communication as well. We have Ace of Swords at the bottom. So there's something to do with his energy in terms of communication. So meaning maybe his focus is elsewhere at the moment. So we're going to go into the head space and heart space, and then I'll tie these in together. Oops. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and look into his headspace. What is he thinking here at the moment, just in general? Just life in general. What's going on in his headspace? Where are his thoughts at? We have the Seven of Pentacles and we have the World. Wow, you know, we have a lot of good energy for him, but it's also very much in the physical world. And that's kind of what I meant here. So we have, let me get one more because I like to do 3. Okay, we have 2 more. Yeah. So this is what I'm seeing here so far. In his thoughts and his mental process, he is still focused on patience and planning. This is the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so this is when you may not be moving just yet. You may not be doing something just yet. You're thinking about it. You're being patient. You're planning it. It's actually kind of similar to the collective reading I did the other day, where there's a Four of Cups here, which tells me that his emotions in some way are I don't want to say blocked, but they're not a priority. And that's what I'm seeing so far, is because in his mental space, it could be like persevering right now through what he wants to do, or what it is he's you know, if it is only his career, then that's what it is. If it's other things as well, then that could also be what it is, because we have the World card here. The World to me indicates cycles. It indicates something that you have to do in this lifetime, I think, because we're coming to a full cycle, like not necessarily karmic, but it's a cycle, you know, it's cyclic, the world. So this is to me about something coming to an end in order to something new to birth afterwards. Not so much like in the death way, but more like a phase of the life had ended, and then now it's time to take something to the next level as opposed to, downgrading it. Okay. So, and then Seven of Wands is kind of similar to what I said. This is really persevering through your goals. It's also sometimes could mean outside or I shouldn't say competition, outside influences. So this could be his career, it could be work, it could be something like that. But regardless, what I'm seeing is that in his thought process, he's very much slow moving in some way. He's focused on patience, he's focused on planning, he's focused on everything I explained before. And we have the Four of Cups. So this means in his thought process, he does have a disconnect somehow emotionally. Doesn't mean it's anything drastic, but it does mean that at the moment it just seems like his priorities are for something more, that could be why we have Page of Swords and Ace of Swords, which means his communication skills or something to do with communication with you could be at a distance, or it could just be at a superficial level, or, I think you did mention that. So that is what I'm seeing for his thought process. So he's just very focused and he's very grounded. He's very focused on the 3D right now. Okay. Let's go ahead and go into the emotional space. Let's see, how is he feeling towards you? Okay. So how is he feeling emotionally towards you? So this will be pretty important. So how is John feeling emotionally towards Ariffa? How is John feeling emotionally? How is John feeling? Okay. So, couple things here that I want to point out. The first thing is we have the Four of Wands twice in this reading. So we have the Four of Wands up here. Four of Spring is the Four of Wands. So his energy is very focused on stability, like I said. But what I'm seeing is this is in his emotional space towards you too. So this could be something to do with your relationship. I'm not sure if you mentioned how long, you two have been in this, but it could indicate that this lack of emotional involvement is because he wants to progress something in your relationship to the next level, and he may feel like he has to gather himself to be able to do that, because this is telling me this stability here is somehow connected to his emotions towards you, which is a good thing. We have the Wheel of Fortune here. So something else about cycles. We have the World and we have the Wheel of Fortune. In a way, these are kind of similar. The Wheel of Fortune and his emotions for you can be two different things. The first thing I'm getting from this is it could be still a little up and down in his emotions, because we're talking about cyclic energy and up and down, which is the Wheel of Fortune. You roll the wheel and you don't know what you're going to get. So that's one aspect of it. The other aspect of it is karmically related, because Wheel of Fortune can mean also something is destined to happen, something will happen at the right time, something will fall into place when it's supposed to. So this could be how he's feeling towards you emotionally. We have the Emperor here, which is, I've been getting this actually a lot for the Divine Masculines. We have a lot of fours in this reading. I just noticed we have 4, 4, 4, 4. Okay, so like I said, fours are about stability. So that's his main focus here. And that's what's coming into your relationship too. So the Emperor is, lately I've been seeing this with Divine Masculines, and I'm feeling the same thing here. It's a restriction in some way to let someone be vulnerable. So what I mean by that is it could be a wall, or it could be something he has up to not reveal his vulnerabilities. But I'm not feeling it so much as he doesn't have emotions. It's more like he does have a large focus on the 3D environment rather than in with you. Like everything I kind of just explained, not to be repetitive, but that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so having the awakening over here, the Hanged Man, does indicate he may be going through or will be going through some sort of a spiritual awakening. So I want to just point that out there, if he has not already. Not saying that he's not spiritual or anything like that. I'm just saying that that could be part of it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is we're going to go into the how is he seeing you? Okay, so we went into emotions, we went into thoughts. We'll go into some more channeled messages, of course, at the end here. I'm actually going to take these up because sometimes I get double cards. Oops. Sorry if the camera's shaking. Again, I am trying to get settled in here, my new place, so everything's not completely perfect here. Okay. I'm usually pretty good at remembering which cards we got. Okay, so how does he currently see you? So seeing you is more like, how does he view you as a person? How does he view you, you know, like that? How is he currently viewing you? How does he view you? Okay. We have the Nine of Cups, we have the Eight of Swords, and we have the Two of Wands. Okay, so the first thing I am getting here, and I'm going to pull actually from some oracle cards as well in a second, but the first thing I'm getting here is we have the Nine of Cups, which is wishes being fulfilled, which is everything this person wants. So everything he may want in a partner, everything he may want in a relationship. This could be the meaning of this card, because Nine of Cups is your wishes fulfilled, is everything you kind of wish for and want. It could also be him viewing you as this way. To me, nines are solitude as well. Nines can be when you're kind of alone. So it could indicate maybe, excuse me, he may feel like you're sufficient alone, or that you have, usually it's more Nine of Pentacles type way like that, but I also see Nine of Cups as like having everything you want. Eight of Swords, though, does indicate there's something that you're trapped in. It could be he feels you. Again, I'm going to pull some clarifiers here in a second. But it could be we have a little instability here. We have Eight of Swords and we have Two of Wands. So it could be that he feels you to be somehow trapped, or that you're kind of indecisive, or you're not sure which direction to go to. And that could be not true at all. You know, maybe that's not how you truly feel. But it does see, or does it, it does look like. So I'm going to pull 3 from here. So how does John see Ariffa? Star Mother, the Age of Light, don't dim to fit in. Okay, so Star Mother, I think we had the Queen of Cups. That's what we had in the beginning. He could really see you as very, especially with the Nine of Cups too, there's a lot of water energy here. There's a lot of feminine energy coming through. You could be very, you know, nurturing. You could be very motherly. If you're a mother yourself, that could resonate. But it could also be that he does see you as very, you know, well put together, very sensitive, very compassionate, everything I mentioned with the Queen of Cups. That could be how he sees you. How can you mother yourself? So I see this as with the Nine of Cups, you know, again, it's like self-sufficient and also emotionally, I guess you can say emotionally stable. We have the Age of Light here. So he does see you as having a lot of light in you. And I do see he has a lot of light in him as well. So, you two could have come together for this purpose, for a purpose, something to do with you both bringing light back into, which is what twin flames do, obviously. One interesting thing is we have don't dim to fit in. It says, how are you dimming in order to fit in? So one interesting thing I want to point out is we have the Eight of Swords and we have this card here about dimming to fit in. So, I'm not saying you're trying to be like other people, but take this whatever way this resonates with you, okay? Because I'm not sure exactly the situation. But having don't dim to fit in and Eight of Swords does indicate there could be something he sees you as trapped in. I don't know if this is fear. I don't know if this is mental repetition or if this is even something that you were dealing with in the past, even a relationship or anything like that. But it's something to do with you maybe not shining the light through that he sees in you, that he sees this potential in you for. Swords are mental, so it could just be a mental thing. Okay. It says, it's so easy to convince yourself that you're trapped when you really aren't. And that could be how are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Wow, look at this. We have the moon. So there is something here that he sees you as either secretive or he sees you as with, it could even be withholding a secret or withholding something or, Two of Wands too. It's almost like there's not a solid decision about something. Maybe he doesn't know how you feel. Putting things out there so that you can take which one resonates with you. Ace of Wands, this is about solitude again. Both of these are kind of about solitude. Maybe he feels fearful. Definitely with the moon, though. There's something to do with the moon. Revealing or not revealing what should be revealed. Illusions. So keep that in mind, that he may see you as secretive or as withholding something. Trapped in your own fears could also be another thing. Not taking leaps of faith here. Ace of Wands. We had Unbound at the bottom of this deck, which says releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. There could be some aspect of you that he feels as well that has to be let go of in order to reveal your light. Okay, so hopefully some of that resonated with you. Again, take what does. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into... so I did, how is he feeling towards you? I already did that. So, so this is what wants to be communicated here, but isn't. So if he, I know you said you two do communicate, but if there is something more he needs to say to you, and maybe he's not, what needs to be communicated right now? Okay, so what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to pull from some oracle cards. Okay, so what does John want to communicate to you? It got kind of dim outside here, so... So what does John want to communicate to you? So both of these were going to come out, so I'll take both of those. Okay, let's start with these. And it got really dark in here. Sorry, I hope it's not too dark. It looks like it's going to storm. So this is pretty powerful here. We have release. Okay, so we had a few cards indicating cycles. Okay, so I remember we had the World and we had the Wheel of Fortune. We had the Hanged Man, which is awakening. So there could be some aspect of releasing something that he wants to convey to you. I don't know what that exactly is, but Fives are number of change. So there could be something that he's trying to release. There could be something about you releasing something, because we did have the Eight of Swords. We have modify, and we have growth. Okay. Sorry, this is really bothering me how dark it got in here. Okay, that should be a little bit better. I put the brightness on. Anyway, so having release and modify and growth is definitely indicating that there is something he needs to release or something he wants you to release, or both. There could be something that needs to be released to modify what you two have been through or the past in order to grow from it, growth. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some clarifiers here because I want to see what this release is about. I mean, I'm not sure if one or both of you were with another partner in the past. So let's go ahead and see. So what is this release about? We have the Hierophant, and we have the Page of Cups. So Page of Cups could be about past energy. It could be about, sometimes it's something that's, wow, oh my God, look at this. We have release at the bottom again. There's something to do with release here in your reading. And he wants to let you know that could be something that, again, he is trying to release in order to reunite again, unity. I see this as a commitment card, the Hierophant. I see this as really uniting, like it says here. It says, embrace this time of deep spiritual growth. You may feel called to act as a mentor or spend time with others who are also on a sacred path. There's a lot of growth here that is building up here in your relationship. So something is going to be modified. Again, I don't know what the Page of Cups is. It's definitely something. It could be, like I said, past. It could be past love. It could be children. It could be something like that with Page of Cups. There's a lot of, again, emotions and a lot of cups energy coming through for the two of you. So that's what he would want to say here. So what does he want to say directly to you? What does he want to say to you? You already know. So if there's something you're questioning, if there's something your intuition has been telling you, maybe about what I said here, you already know. We have health. Could be something to do with health. And we have acceptance. That's really beautiful. So we have a lot of really nice cards coming through for what he wants to communicate to you. Something you already know about, something to do with your health, something to do with acceptance, maybe accepting you. We have freedom at the bottom, something to do with release again, something to do with releasing and then feeling like you have completely let something go in order to invite new stuff into your life. So I feel this is, again, on the brink of happening. Something is going to grow from it. He's growing. He's awakening. He's reaching something to do with spirituality rather than just physical world, if that's what it's been. Could be something with the health again. Okay. I'm called to get 3 more here. What does he want to say to you? Oops. Sorry, this glass table is very slippery. Okay. What does he want to say to you? Can I get 3 clarifications, please, on what needs to be communicated? 3 clarifications, please. John. The 4 of Wands. So this is the 3rd time in this reading we have the 4 of Wands for you. And aside from just everything I said about the 4 of Wands being stability, I also see the 4 of Wands as reuniting. I see this as, especially with the Unity card, I see the 4 of Wands as a twin flame card. I see this as reaching a reunion, as reaching, we have justice. We have the High Priestess. Okay, so we're getting very nice cards here. So having the Justice and the Four of Wands can sometimes mean karmically reaching some sort of a stability again, the past slate being wiped clean, and now we have reached some sort of a, justice is kind of like black and white to me. It's like black and white choices in life. And we do have life experience at the bottom. So there's something to do with lessons being learned, which is Hierophant as well. Growth being had because of it, because something is released or has to be released. Whatever it is, you already know. Okay, so High Priestess, this is about the connection the two of you have as well. This is about telepathy. This is about another card about intuition, what kind of goes with you already know. There's something to do with your intuition really guiding you in the right way. There could be, you know, something in your heart that you just know, and this is what is kind of being reiterated here. But the whole highlight of this reading is the Four of Wands, which is stability, which is reuniting, which is twin flame, reunion. So I would see this as a really positive indicator that things are going and heading in the right direction for the two of you if something here is released, if something is, okay. Okay, so yeah, sometimes Justice and Four of Wands is about marriage. I don't know if that's anything that resonates with you. All right, so let me just make sure I'm following the outline here. Okay, so messages from his higher self to you. So this is kind of similar, but we'll go into some more specifics. So let's just make sure we're talking about 5D. Okay, so we're not talking about any ego being involved. What does he want to say to you from his higher self? So from John's higher self, when he does not have, if the 3D world was not here and we're just talking about oh my goodness. If we're just talking about higher self energy. Okay. What does John want to say to you with higher self? From his higher self. Wow, so we have something to do with the feminine, which is you. We have something to do with another card about nurture. Nurture here is at the bottom. Nurture all you love. And we have feminine, embrace the feminine. So there's certainly something here with you either embracing your feminine side, being nurturing, something about emotions, lots of sensitivity, like I said, lots of emotions in your reading, lots of cups. And there's a lot of, maybe there's stuff that needs to be said. Maybe there's things that need to be, emotionally communicated. If there's something you're holding back on, if there's something he's holding back on, that could be, I do see it's more with you though, with the feminine. It doesn't have to mean that it's all, left up to you. We have heed your dreams, which is kind of what, it seems to be he's all about, and seems to be maybe your life purpose together is about your dreams, is about achieving something. But if I could tell you anything from his higher self, I think it would be something to do with him feeling emotionally connected, him feeling emotionally involved with you, with Embrace the Feminine. There's a strong connection again between the two of you that he feels on a more spiritual level, on a more higher self level, even if he's not communicating it. Okay. Yep. Here's the Page of Swords we had at the very beginning of the reading. So there is something to do with communication. Maybe he's not sure how to communicate it, but this is what he would want to communicate to you. All right? You know what? I'm going to get 3 more of these because I do love these cards. And we're talking about higher self. So 3 more messages, please, from the higher self. Let's just get one. I swear sometimes these cards just... It always depends on the energy. Sometimes they don't ever want to come out, and then sometimes they're flying out. Okay, let's just get one more card here. There we go. We have negativity. So this could be transmuting negativity. This could be something to do with him transmuting any negativity. Could be something to do with you again, but there's something to do with clearing the air, clearing the negativity, sensitivity at the bottom. Like I said, so much sensitivity, so many emotions here, and maybe negativity is clouding this beautiful energy. Okay, so the final thing here we're going to do is what does he need from you, and then we'll go into some future energies. So we've kind of touched on that, I think, a little bit. What does he need from you here and there throughout the reading, but let's just see. What does he need from you? So what does John need from you here? Balance. He needs balance in some way from you. 6 of Pentacles. This is the balance being brought back into the relationship. I don't know, again, I don't want to sit here and blame you or anything like that, but there's something to do with somebody, maybe potentially, maybe you, running away from some communication or running away from something. It could be anything like that, but I do see with the 6 of Pentacles, this is about achieving more balance into the relationship. We have the Lovers at the bottom. So, you know, if there's any doubts here, if there's anything that maybe you're doubting and you're holding a wall up as well, because we have emotions flow, we have embrace the feminine, we have nurture. So if there's something you're withholding emotionally wise, remember we had the Moon as well. I just remembered that. For you, we had the Moon, and I forgot which other card, but 8 of Swords. This is fear. This is something you're holding back out of fear. That would be what he would need from you in some way. Okay, so again, whatever you kind of feel intuitively with that, I think you kind of intuitively know the answers to what it is. Life experience. This is about being free from something, being able to open up, being able to... It says, don't hesitate to move in directions you know are right for you. Okay, so 7 of Swords, running away from something. It could be deceit. It could be behind your back somehow. So make sure you're not in any way negativity or Page of Swords. Anything to do with that, okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and go into the future energies. So how I like to do this is just to pull 3 cards off the top, and then if I need to pull clarifiers, I will. So we're just going to say, as you probably know, energy changes. It's not fixed. So let's just say in the next couple months, if things are staying the way that they are, what should you be expecting here in the next couple months between the 2 of you? What should you be expecting? Okay. This is really interesting because we have a couple things, or actually a lot of cards that we had gotten earlier. So we have the King of Pentacles. So King of Pentacles, again, I'm not sure what his astrological sign is. Doesn't have to matter. if he's an earth sign by chance, this could be even more so for him. Doesn't have to be, because King of Pentacles is a man, though, who's very focused on practicality, who's very focused on the physical world. The reason I also say that is because we have the Eight of Pentacles again, and we had this earlier, which I told you is about work, it's about finances, sometimes it's about just putting effort into the physical world. And along with this does indicate that it could, not saying it's a bad thing, but it could continue to be a priority in some way between the two of you. Maybe it's you as well. Maybe you have a career like this as well. But with the King, I often see this more as a man. Okay, so very grounded man, very focused, very into that. We have the Eight of Swords. So this is the one we had earlier with you, with about being trapped into some mental fear, mental entrapment. So it could also be, it doesn't have to be only mental, it could be trapped in some sort of a contract here with everything I said about career, or again, I'm not trying to say that the career is a bad thing. I'm just saying that between the two of you, romantically wise, maybe the priorities right now won't be, just there yet. Because we have the Five of Wands here. Okay, so this is what we had also at the beginning of the reading. Five of Wands, which is about clashes, which is about competition, which is about something like that. Could even be arguments, something to do with this clashing maybe into the romantic connection that the two of you have. And this is what's trapping it. So I do see in the next couple of months, if things stay the way they are, this could just continue to go the way it is. Maybe to just, still be stuck. Eight of Swords, still be stuck in the same place. So it's, if you want to implement some of the advice I gave you or other people have given you or whatever your intuition is telling you, maybe you can change the energy. But that's what I see. So I hope that this resonated with you. I hope you could take something away from it. Again, I see a lot of potential here. Four of Wands, lots of unity for the two of you. Something will be released in order to something new to be taken to the next level. So very positive. Okay, so please let me know if you have any questions at all. I would be happy to address them for you. And I'm sending you a lot of love and blessings and support. And I will talk to you later. Okay, much love.